Hey guys, welcome back. It's Josh with the Financial Advisor Car Guy. This week we're going to talk about side hustles once again. I did a video about this quite a while ago and wanted to kind of catch you guys up a little bit, so to speak, but talk about some serious side hustles that I've been seeing a ton on TikTok. And some of them are really too good to pass up. You know, even somebody with no time, little money, things that you can do regularly. Flipping things, right? I would say flipping things is probably like the number one side hustle, because if you just find something for too cheap, you can then turn around and resell it. So I don't know if you guys use TikTok or if you watch YouTube Shorts or not, but a lot of what you're gonna see on there anymore, I see this all the time, are resellers that sell on Amazon, right? So they'll go to Ross, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, whatever, Walmart, even the clearance aisle at Walmart, and they'll buy things that are dramatically priced low, like just reduced, on sale, on clearance, discontinued, whatever. And there's apps and scanners and things that you can actually see what an item is selling for on Amazon. And you can actually like list it right then and there. You can take pictures of it on the floor or whatever, post your own ad or whatever. I don't do this, so I don't know exactly how it works, but it's crossed my mind. A couple weeks ago, we were grocery shopping and we were at a Walmart, and my son wanted to run over to the clearance aisle, and they had a ton of Funko Pops. And they weren't just any Funko Pops, they were actually from the Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie. And they're like these special glittery confetti looking things. Anyway, they're Walmart exclusives, and they had a ton of them for $5 a piece. He went on eBay on his phone and he's like, "Dad, these are selling for $30 each on eBay." And I was like, man, it's a pretty good markup. Now, he's a kid, he didn't have a ton of cash. And I could have spotted him some money, but we didn't do it. Anyway, the long and short of it is we didn't do it. We went back to Walmart a couple days later for something else, and he ran over there to see if they still had them, and they did not have any. And seriously, they had probably 40 or 50 of them. And they were all gone. So that's one simple example. I've seen people flip car parts on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. They'll find a great deal on a set of wheels or whatever, and they'll buy them, clean them up. I've actually done this. I bought some wheels for the Eclipse, and they ended up not fitting correctly. The lady told me the wrong bolt pattern, but I doubled my money on them in like a matter of a day and a half. So things like that are pretty common. That's actually how I ended up with this part behind me. Somebody was selling two fenders and that tail valance, and I sold the fenders for twice what I paid for all three pieces. So not only did I double my money, but I got to keep that thing up there on the wall, which is awesome. Just things like that, buying and selling car parts, especially if you know that they're in demand, is pretty great. So that's another thing. I've seen a lot of people lately flipping watches. Now, as the economy has struggled the last year and a half, a lot of luxury items, including supercars and things like that, have gone down in value. What that means is, people that overpaid 2 or 3 years ago during COVID, and when there was all this free money floating around and supply chain issues and things like that, the supply and demand was crazy. There was big demand, very little supply. So let's talk about Rolexes, right? People were selling Rolexes for 50 to 100% higher than what your AD will sell it to you for, authorized dealer. Now, so a $9,000 Datejust is selling for 15 grand or more, especially if you have a desirable color, the face or, the bezel or the bracelet or whatever it is, right? If you have a cool combination that's more desirable, you can get a lot more money. And so watches have been ridiculous, and you don't need a ton of money. You can go on eBay and you can buy a $2,000 Rolex, put it on Facebook Marketplace, and make some money. You can probably double your money if you find the right watch at the right price. So I've done some of that. Let's talk about sports cards. I've done a lot of that. Historically, I had a 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle card. I only held that thing for like a month and a half and made 20% on it. I think I did a video at one point on that. I've had other collectible cards and autographs, memorabilia, and things like that I've flipped. You just find things for too cheap and then turn around and sell them for more. Really what I like to do is flip cars. Just about every car that's come through my garage, I've gotten a deal on. I don't want to pay what somebody's asking. I love negotiating. And so to me, part of the fun is getting it for as little as possible. Then of course, fixing it up and doing whatever I need to do to it to get it the way I want it and then sell it. And, I keep trading up and making a little money along the way. That's essentially how that Eclipse came to be. I'm like $0 into that car. It's essentially free because of the last several trade ups I've done. I've just rolled the profit into the next thing, that being where we're at now. And yeah, it really hasn't cost me really anything out of pocket. And it's just essentially done. There's only a couple things I need left for it, but low maintenance at this point. And so things like that are super fun. I really love it. It doesn't just stop there. I mean, there's eBay sellers, there's Amazon sellers, there's all sorts of people who just thrift, right? They'll go to Goodwill or Salvation Army or one of those places. They'll find, beat up Jordans. Shoes are another great thing to flip if you guys can do it. But they'll find beat up shoes, they'll bring them home, clean them, restore them, and then sell them on Facebook Marketplace or on Craigslist or on eBay or whatever. And they're making money doing it, guys. And it's not rocket science. If you look at Jordan's brand specifically, you can go into any Nike outlet across the nation, and they're probably gonna have 3, 4, 5 different styles, and they're gonna range in price from like $40 to $100. All you have to do is go into that Nike store, find the most desirable one or more, then look online and see what they're selling for. There's tons of resources. StockX is a great one. Again, eBay, those are great. And you can just see what they're selling for. And if you can make some money, buy a bunch of pairs and list them immediately, right? So side hustles are kind of the way of the future for full-time employees that are still living paycheck to paycheck, or just want a little project money on the side, or, need to adjust, upwards for their income. Let's say, rent has been going up everywhere. That's a national problem. What would you do with an extra $1,000 a month, right? So it doesn't take a ton of capital. Talking about watches specifically, you buy a $1,000 watch and you could sell it in a few days, maybe $1,200, $1,500, do that once a week. And now all of a sudden you've made $1,000 to $2,000 in a month, and you can wear a cool watch along the way, right? So those are some ideas. I'm not telling you to run out and do them all, but if you guys are in need of extra cash as a financial advisor, I think it's a great idea. You don't have to have a ton of capital. There's not a lot of risk, not a lot of overhead. You can set your own schedule. You can do it on your own. There's other things like Turo and DoorDash and Uber and other things you can do too. But flipping things is truly like on your own time. You could be watching a movie on the couch and listing your items on Amazon. So pretty cool. I'd encourage you guys to check it out. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or concerns, but like, subscribe, let me know all your thoughts. I really would like to know. If you're already doing this, comment down below. Most importantly, remember, may every investment you make be a good one. Till next time.